Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
Burning Question, powered by St. Gobain Windows.
Big row over the video of Aam Aadmi Party minister at mass conversion rally surfaces. BJP asks Aam Aadmi Party to sack minister. Aam Aadmi Party minister spotted at Hindu conversion rally. Mega questions now emerge. Hit by Hindu conversion tape, Aam Aadmi Party does not deny. Tape goes on to distance self. From national capital to Hyderabad, the ED news tightens in Liquorgate. Raids are underway across 35 locations. Tensions simmer in Bidar as mob enters Madrasa, performs puja. Owaisi questions Bomai government. FIR filed against two Vadra Congress MLAs from Madhya Pradesh for molesting a woman on board train.
Burning Question, powered by St. Gobain Windows.
Hello, welcome. You're watching The Burning Question with me, Shavan said. Ladies and gentlemen, a mega controversy has erupted on Friday after a video showing the Aam Aadmi Party leader and Minister Rajendra Pal Gautam attending a Hindu conversion event surfaced on social media. As seen in the tape, the participants were asked to renounce their faith in Hindu gods by taking vows such as, "I will never consider Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh as God and won't worship them." Now, there is no compulsion on following a particular faith, but deriding the other religion for other faith, is that really justified? And how does the presence of an influential figure add to the whole conversion controversy? The Aam Aadmi Party may have distanced themselves, but the bigger question that comes up is that why hasn't the party really taken any action against this leader? The leader who spoke to Republic TV earlier in the day was defiant, said that this is nothing abnormal. This was a routine. This has happened every year. See, he goes on to really defend. And not just that, it turns out that he's also linked to the organizers. So can he really distance himself? Can the Aam Aadmi Party really say that there is nothing wrong in it? Can the Aam Aadmi Party distance itself and say that we don't need to take any action? We debate after this report.
मैं ब्रह्मा विष्णु और महेश को कभी ईश्वर नहीं मानूंगा।
This is AAP Minister Rajendra Pal Gautam taking an oath during a mass conversion event in New Delhi.
और ना ही उनकी पूजा करूंगा।
And this is AAP Minister Rajendra Pal Gautam deriding Hindu gods and goddesses.
मैं ब्रह्मा विष्णु और महेश को कभी ईश्वर नहीं मानूंगा और ना ही उनकी पूजा करूंगा। मैं राम और कृष्ण को ईश्वर नहीं मानूंगा और ना ही उनकी कभी पूजा करूंगा। मैं गौरी गणपति आदि हिंदू धर्म के किसी भी देवी देवताओं को नहीं मानूंगा और ना ही उनकी पूजा करूंगा। ईश्वर ने अवतार लिया इस पर मेरा विश्वास नहीं है।
इस पर मेरा विश्वास नहीं है।
मैं ऐसा कभी नहीं मानूंगा।
मैं ऐसा कभी नहीं मानूंगा
कि तथागत बुद्ध विष्णु के अवतार है।
विष्णु के अवतार है।
ऐसे प्रचार को मैं पागलपन और झूठा प्रचार समझता हूँ। मैं श्राद्ध पक्ष कभी नहीं करूंगा और ना ही कभी पिंडदान करूंगा। मैं बुद्ध धर्म के विरुद्ध कभी कोई बात नहीं करूंगा। मैं कोई भी क्रियाकर्म ब्राह्मणों के हाथों से नहीं करवाऊंगा।
And the BJP has trained guns on Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal.
We assure the citizens of the country every effective step, legal, political, will be taken to ensure that Arvind Kejriwal does not dare to spew venom against the Hindu community and is not able to disturb peace, tranquility and brotherhood that prevails in our country and especially in Delhi.
While Gautam has justified his presence at the event,
हमने किसी की धार्मिक आस्था को बिल्कुल ठेस नहीं पहुंचाई। एक भी शब्द हमारा किसी की धार्मिक आस्था को ठेस पहुंचाने वाला नहीं मिलेगा। पहले तो ये समझ लीजिए। दूसरी बात, अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये चाहती है कि वो जिसको चाहते हैं उस पर लोग आस्था करें, ये गलत है।
AAP silence raises several questions over the party and Kejriwal's stand on the whole issue. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Joining us on the burning question tonight are Richa Pandey Mishra, spokesperson of the Delhi BJP, Binay Singh in the studio, political analyst, Deshratan Nigam, advocate of the Supreme Court, Dr. Irsan Trivedi leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party, Sumansi Raman, political analyst, and Professor D.K. Giri. Starting the burning question tonight, Richa Pandey Mishra for the BJP and Sumansi Raman. Sumansi Raman, I would like to come to you first. Let's understand this. We are not saying that there is a problem with anyone choosing a particular religion. That's not the problem. The problem here, twofold. One, deriding a particular religion. Secondly, an influential leader of a political party presiding over such an event where there is a clear aim of deriding those one particular religion. The Aam Aadmi Party perhaps believes that this is a smart move. Let's try and distance ourselves, but we won't take any action against the leader.
Okay. First of all, there are 2-3 things here which we need to look for. One, where the people who turned up there forced or were they coerced into attending that event. Second, did they receive any payment or any monetary gratification for their presence there at the function? And third, the issue that you spoke about of speaking derisively of another faith. Now, as far as I can see, the point number 3 certainly has to be investigated, and there is already an FIR, and the police will no doubt go into that particular matter in terms of what was said about a particular faith. But other than that, if this was a voluntary act without coercion or inducement, then I don't think anybody should have a problem with, quote unquote, the act of conversion per se, which is not banned by our constitution. So I come back to the 2 issues, where people coerced, where people induced, and and importantly, the question of speaking derisively. Yes, I did see the video and I did find it offensive that certain derisive comments and remarks were made about a particular faith. And I think that action should be taken as far as that particular aspect is concerned. As far as an Aam Aadmi Party leader associating himself with this event, that is his problem. That is his problem and the problem of the Aam Aadmi Party. I don't think that one can generalize and say that no political leader should be associate himself with any of such activity. He believes that it is perfectly all right. He has not expressed his regret. He has not apologized. So there is no problem. So that is not in itself an essence. The only thing I found objectionable in this entire event was the manner in which derisive comments were made and the manner in which the kind of oath, as it were taken, saying that people will not follow gods from other faiths and so on, which I think should be prohibited by the law, and I'm sure the police will take action as far as that is concerned.
Well, Richa Pandey, why don't you respond? The question here is that the Bharatiya Janata Party appears to be targeting the Aam Aadmi Party here. That's what the Aam Aadmi Party says, because they say that this kind of a conversion mass happens every year. So why is there a problem this year particularly?
Thank you for the opportunity. For the first time in the history of our country, we have seen that a constitutional post holder is sharing stage, and not only sharing stage, his face is plastered all over the backdrop. If you can see in the video also, he is endorsing and he is propagating mass conversion, and this is not acceptable. A party which came into power saying that they want to practice alternative politics, and Arvind Kejriwal, their leader, who is in Gujarat right now and singing Hare Krishna songs, should come out and take a stand. What are they up to and what is their stand? So I feel this is a strategic move to disturb the social fabric of Delhi, to disturb the social fabric of this country, and disturb the peace and tranquility and brotherhood where people of this country. So this is an experiment which they are doing, and it's a very well planned experiment in my opinion.
No, but what is wrong if a political party personality associates himself with such an event?
He is not only not only associating mass conversion. Do you think mass conversion is okay? And a constitutional position holder, the day he took an oath, sir, please hear me out. The day he took the oath, he said that he will be secular. He will not be propagating any. He will be treating all the religions as same. His job is not to. If he wants to propagate a certain religion, he can resign and then become a preacher. He can become a Bauddha Diksha, and he can go and do that. But he is a minister. He is an elected representative. He is drawing salary 24/7. It is no. He is not a.
Let me bring it. Suman, I'll give you the chance to rebut. Suman Siraman, allow others to also come in. Dr. Trivedi, why don't you come in? Let's not forget the Delhi Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal, when it came to the Janmashtami celebrations, if you remember that correctly, and perhaps Binay, you will also remember that correctly, that Arvind Kejriwal said that all of us, let's come together, let's celebrate Janmashtami. Today what happens in that mass conversion, Dr. Trivedi, is that you are deriding one religion, you're deriding Krishna, you're to take the name of any Hindu gods. No one has a problem in right to practice your own religion. That's not where the objection lies. The problem here is very simple. The fact that you have one particular religion being targeted. And secondly, imagine a situation, Dr. Trivedi, that had this been with any other community, then things would have been very, very different. The Aam Aadmi Party would have then jumped the guns.
See, first of all, that particular event was not from Aam Aadmi Party or was not from Delhi government. It was a ritual ceremony where there was a mass conversation was going on. Now, how we can connect between that particular segment with Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party? A person who is on a Samvidhan Pad, the person who is just following constituency, of course, we should take care that, we should not harm or we should not use any kind of bad words or foul language towards another religion. That is, I agree. But the thing is that when Narendra Modi ji is doing puja, I mean, he's also on a very important constitutional position. But if he's doing puja, then it doesn't make him pro-Hindu. He's just doing his job. And the same way, if they are doing these things, I mean, why to just connect with them? I mean, connect these particular events with particular leader and particular party. My question is only that if there is a problem in this Baba Ambedkar
Okay, Dr. Trivedi,
I just heard that it is being made by Baba Ambedkar himself.
The 21 oath, Dr. Trivedi,
if BJP is
Dr.
having
Trivedi, as far as the 21 oath is concerned, I'll come to that in a short while from now. But hold on. I'm told that the Delhi BJP chief Adesh Gupta, Delhi BJP chief Adesh Gupta is joining us on this broadcast. गुप्ता साहब, रिपब्लिक टीवी से बात करने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। सबसे पहले आपसे ये जानना चाहूंगा, आम आदमी पार्टी के कुछ नेता ये कहते हैं कि बीजेपी को इससे इतनी तकलीफ क्यों हो रही है। सवाल ये उठता है कि अगर कोई किसी को भी अपने रिलीजन, अपने धर्म को वो प्रैक्टिस करना चाहते हैं तो उससे क्या प्रॉब्लम है। कन्वर्जन को लेके जो लॉज हमारे देश में है उसमें कई स्टेट कुछ लॉज लाए, पर कहीं पे ये इलीगल नहीं माना जा रहा।
श्रवण जी, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को कोई भी हिंदुस्तान में अपने धर्म का पालन करे, किसी तरह का कोई ऐतराज नहीं है। सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास, ये हमारी आइडियोलॉजी का हिस्सा है। लेकिन दिल्ली में जिस तरह से कल विजयदशमी के दिन आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता अरविंद केजरीवाल सरकार के मंत्री राजेंद्र प्रसाद गौतम ने जो किया है, वो ना सिर्फ संविधान का उल्लंघन है, ना सिर्फ उन्होंने शपथ ली उसका अपमानना है, बल्कि उन्होंने दिल्ली और देश के अंदर नफरत फैलाने का काम किया है, जो कभी भी कोई धर्म इजाजत नहीं देता है। आप किसी भी दूसरे धर्म, हिंदू धर्म के बारे में गलत बातें कहें, उनके देवी देवताओं का अपमान करें, असम्मान करें, ये कोई भी धर्म इजाजत नहीं देता। लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी ने अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के सुनियोजित ढंग से दो धर्मों के मानने वालों के बीच में एक संघर्ष, एक वैमनस्यता और एक नफरत फैलाने का काम जो गौतम ने किया है, इस बात के लिए अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को राजेंद्र प्रसाद गौतम के खिलाफ कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए, उनको मंत्रिमंडल से बर्खास्त करना चाहिए। मुझे लगता है श्रवण जी, जिस तरह से आम आदमी पार्टी ने ये किया है, ये कोई पहला वाकया नहीं है। इससे पहले भी अरविंद केजरीवाल जी स्वयं राम मंदिर के बारे में गलत टिप्पणियां की हैं। उन्होंने अपने ट्विटर हैंडल पे स्वास्तिक चिन्ह, जो कि हिंदू धर्म का एक पूजनीय चिन्ह है, पवित्र चिन्ह है, उसको भागते हुए झाड़ू पीछे और ऐसे करते हुए उन्होंने एक वीडियो दिखाया था अपने ट्विटर हैंडल से, जिसके बारे में भी लोगों ने सवाल खड़े किए थे। और आज जिस तरह से आम आदमी पार्टी ने ये उनके नेता ने किया है, और उसके बाद अरविंद केजरीवाल चुप है, मौन है और गलत तरीके से दलीलें और तर्क देकर बात को तोड़ मरोड़ कर रख रहे हैं, ये सरासर गलत है। जहां उन्होंने शपथ ली है संविधान का भी उल्लंघन है। राजेंद्र पाल गौतम जी कोई मामूली व्यक्ति नहीं है, वो इस दिल्ली सरकार के समाज कल्याण मंत्री हैं, जो समाज को तोड़ने का और नफरत फैलाने का काम कर रहे हैं।
आदेश गुप्ता जी, और एक सवाल जो उठा रहे हैं आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता, वो कहते हैं कि हर साल होता है, ये इस साल ही आप इस पूरे मामले को क्यों उठा रहे हैं? इतने साल से होते आ रहा है, इसके बावजूद आज आप इस पूरे मामले को उठा रहे हैं, इस पे सवाल उठाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और दूसरी बात ये कहते हैं कि वो कह रहे हैं कि हम किसी भी धर्म के खिलाफ नहीं है।
देखिए, वो आपने श्रवण जी पूरी वीडियो देखी होगी। पहली बात तो वो ये कह रहे कि कई सालों से हो रहा है। ठीक है, अगर हो रहा होगा, किसी ने नहीं देखा, लेकिन आज जब मीडिया में आया तब सबने देखा। दूसरी बात कह रहे उसमें कोई गलत बात नहीं की। आप अपने धर्म के प्रचार की बात कर सकते हैं, अपने धर्म की खूबियां बता सकते हैं, बौद्ध धर्म के बारे में और बातें बता सकते हैं, लेकिन आप ये नहीं कह सकते हैं कि आप हिंदू देवी देवताओं का अपमान करें, उनको नहीं माने। आप ये बात नहीं कह सकते हैं। आप कोई धर्म इस बात की इजाजत नहीं देता। और विशेष रूप से बौद्ध धर्म के बारे में महात्मा बुद्ध जी ने सत्य, अहिंसा, करुणा और प्रेम का संदेश उन्होंने दिया है। उन्होंने नफरत फैलाने का संदेश नहीं दिया। लेकिन ये जो सो कॉल्ड बुद्धिस्ट, ये जो अपने आप को मान रहे हैं, ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ देश के अंदर नफरत फैलाने का काम आम आदमी पार्टी के लोग कर रहे हैं। ये इनकी सोची समझी साजिश है, सिर्फ अपने वोट बैंक के लिए। मैं आपको श्रवण जी बताना चाहता हूँ, अरविंद केजरीवाल अपने आप को चुनाव के समय हिंदू मानते हैं और जाते हैं हनुमान चालीसा का पाठ करते हैं। गुजरात चुनाव में जाते हैं तो जय श्री कृष्णा कहते हैं। और यहाँ पर उनकी पार्टी के लोग हिंदू देवी देवताओं के बारे में गलत बातें करें, अपमानजनक बातें करें। ये एक सुनियोजित साजिश है, जिसको भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने इसके खिलाफ कंप्लेंट दर्ज की है, एफआईआर की मांग की है। और केजरीवाल जी अगर सच्चे रूप में वो मानते हैं तो इनको तुरंत मंत्रिमंडल से बर्खास्त करें।
एक आखिरी सवाल आपसे करना चाहूंगा आदेश गुप्ता जी, मेरे पास बहुत समय नहीं है क्योंकि बाकी भी मेरे गेस्ट इसमें, बट आप पे जो सवाल उठाया जाता है लगातार, आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता ये कहते हैं कि बीजेपी चाहते कि एक ही धर्म को की पालन किया जाए और उनको बाकी धर्मों से बहुत मुश्किल हो रही है। इसके कारण आप ये सवाल उठा रहे, ये आपके ऊपर जो एलिगेशन, आरोप आपको लगातार आपके ऊपर लगाया जाता है, साधा जाता है, आप इसके बारे में क्या करेंगे? एक जल्द से एक जवाब दे दीजिए, उसके बाद मैं अपने पैनलिस्ट को वापस लेके आऊंगा।
श्रवण जी, ये बिल्कुल सरासर गलत बात है और बिल्कुल सही नहीं है तथ्य। भारतीय जनता पार्टी सभी धर्मों में आदर और विश्वास रखती है। सभी धर्मों के प्रति आदर होना और सभी धर्मों के प्रति आस्था होना दोनों अलग बातें हैं। लेकिन कोई भी धर्म, मेरा दोबारा से कहना है कि आदर और आस्था दोनों अलग प्रश्न है। लेकिन आदर रखना आप अनादर नहीं कर सकते। आप किसी के लिए गलत बात नहीं कह सकते हैं। आप हिंदू धर्म मानने वाले हैं, आप हिंदू धर्म मानिए, मुस्लिम धर्म मानने वाले मुस्लिम मानिए, सिख है, ईसाई हैं, बौद्ध हैं, जैन है, सब लोग मतावलंबी इस देश में रहते हैं और बड़े प्रेम भाव से रहते हैं। लेकिन जो अगर नफरत फैलाने का काम करेगा, वो ना तो संविधान की बात कर रहा है और ना ही समाज की बात कर रहा है। ऐसे में इन लोगों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई होना बहुत जरूरी है।
ठीक, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आदेश गुप्ता जी रिपब्लिक टीवी से बात करने के लिए। लेट मी आल्सो ब्रिंग इन Binay Singh and Professor D.K. Giri, taking it off from where Adesh Gupta had left. First to you, Professor D.K. Giri. Don't you see a problem here? As I was saying right at the beginning of the burning question, that we shouldn't have a problem with who practices what religion. But certainly, when in one particular mass event like this, you have an influential leader being present there, presiding over it, and also linked to the organizers, and in which one particular religion is constantly being targeted. Shouldn't there be a problem with that?
You see, there is a problem with the understanding of our concept of secularism. It has been so muddled that all political actors, all religious leaders, they are mixing it up. You see, so the state does not prevent anybody practicing his religion, even if it's in an official position. Although state is perceived to be neutral, either state is neutral or state is proactive in religion. It is doing both. That is the problem. Adesh Gupta himself, I don't blame him, himself confused. State is running the temples in Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, and state says that we should not participate in any religious activities. So how do you decide? This is the problem. I mean, you have a chief minister who is a reigning priest. Prime minister can go and inaugurate the Ram Mandir temple, and he is a Buddhist minister here. He goes to a Buddhist gathering.
See, conversion.
So I don't see a problem here.
There is a lot of ambiguity.
That secularism separates completely religion and religion.
There is a lot of ambiguity as far as the conversion laws are concerned.
Yes.
As far as the conversion laws are concerned, there is a lot of ambiguity. There is no denial about that. But having said that, I'm asking you a specific question. You have seen Sumant Raman was at least categorical in which he's denouncing the fact that what has happened there shouldn't have happened. The fact that one particular religion is being derided shouldn't really have happened. Don't you see a problem in that?
Even there, you see, they are saying these 22, not 21, 22 oaths were given by Baba Sahib Ambedkar. So at that time, now there is a different atmosphere, hostile atmosphere. Perhaps they should change that. But they are following what Baba Sahib did.
No, it's not hostile.
You know, and he gave those same oath.
For example,
and they were Hindus. They are denounced. They are saying we are no more Hindus and we are adopting another religion. We will no longer worship them.
Community?
But what if I was from a different community? It implies that you are
I understand that entire 21 oath appears to be one of the
This was done by Baba Sahib himself. And they are following it, but I think they should change it now.
But
they should
Professor
not have
Giri,
that particular diksha.
Professor Giri,
but a Hindu saying I no longer worship these gods.
Professor
that is what he's saying.
No, yeah. Professor Giri. No, Professor Giri.
Going a lot.
Professor Giri, hear me out. Let me bring in Binay. I'm aware of the 21 oath. I'm aware of that. The organizers have also been insisting that look here. This is part of the oath. Now, having said that, Binay, imagine, hear me out, Professor D.K. Giri, this is very bizarre. Imagine a situation, I do not practice the Hindu religion. I'm part of that conversion mass. Why should I be denouncing the Hindu gods if I'm not even practicing that?
Shravan, let me make it very clear about Buddhism.
Hindus before.
That Buddhism is a gift of Indian culture to the world. It's a beautiful gift. And when someone tries to, detach Buddhism from the Indian roots, it's a scam. It's an ideological scam. And you can find someone in every Hindu household, in many of the Hindu households, majority of the Hindu household, you can find a Buddha statue over there. So this is the religion of Buddha with the Indian roots or with the Indian civilization or with the Hindu households, you can say. And D.K. Giri sir just mentioned very beautifully about secularism. So let me tell you, Giri Sahab, that secularism was meant to be a doctrine of balance between different communities in India. But when you come look at it in practice, it is not a doctrine of balance between communities. It is negation to the Indian nationalism. It is basically negation to Hinduism. That is the secularism in practice today. And Sawan, the very important point, that look, conversion, it is not about just going to any religion. It has a national security perspective. And it was the Charter of England in 1813 that the East India Company was duty bound. It was forced by the Queen to support the Christian missionaries. So East India Company used it as a tool to rule, to divide the Indian society. And before that, the Mughals, they used the conversion as a tool, the forced conversion, to rule and to divide the community. So conversion has a national security aspect. So when you talk about conversion, it is not simply switching from one religion to other.
You raise a very important point. On that note, can I bring in Deshratan Nigam and look at the legal lacuna in this Deshratan Nigam, and then perhaps Sumant Raman can also come in. Now, as far as religious liberty is concerned, Deshratan Nigam, many would argue that what you are seeing today in that particular video is also because our conversion laws are extremely ambiguous in nature. Every state has got its own conversion laws. Some have, some do not. Do you believe that that could be one of the reasons, even though our preamble makes it very clear, but do you believe that lack of a proper conversion law in place results in what you are seeing today?
Shravan, in fact, before I answer your question, one has to understand what Buddhism is. Now, Buddhism, as started by Lord Buddha, was not a separate religion at that point of time. It was a few tenets and concepts which were actually the final stage of Sanatan Dharma. And Sanatan Dharma talks of various stages to reach the very same stage. And that has been highlighted by Dalai Lama also and Ambedkar also. So the final stage to be reached by Buddha is also to be reached by Sanatan Dharma, but going through various stages. Now, let us look at Ashoka's name, Devnam Priya. Buddha does not believe in any gods, but Ashoka, one of the biggest followers, his name is Devnam Priya. He is known as beloved of gods. Now, there is idol of Lord Ganesh in Buddhist temples. Buddhists have been reciting Saraswati Strotas, and they believe in two important concepts of Sanatan Dharma, which is law of karma and transmigration of soul. So there is a lot of commonality between these things. So to bring out such kind of a thing and to say derogatory things about Lord, Vishnu, Brahma, Mahesh is something which is not acceptable, because they are a part of it, and Lord Buddha is also considered to be an incarnation of Vishnu. Buddha religion is prior to Ambedkar. Ambedkar's Navyan that people talk about, 21 conditions that he laid down, is partly from Sanatan Dharma, partly some of his own. He was not against Sanatan Dharma, but he was against the caste system based on birth and also untouchability. These were two derogatory practices that were there, and by and large, he also never lived as a true Buddhist till he died. He never followed that. And you can read his, there is a book by Ministry of Social Injustice in 21 volumes. If you start reading, you'll find such relevant things out there. Now, the legal question that you asked is the freedom of expression of religion that you have in Article 25 and 26 does not give you the freedom to be derogatory about other religion. You can propagate your positive points, but you cannot be derogatory. So therefore, this falls within the domain of, bringing religious animosity under 153 of IPC, 153B of IPC, and 295A of the IPC, and also would lead to law and order issues and issues of public order. And at the same time, the political aspect of this question has to be gone into. On one hand, you are deriding and speaking derogatory about Lord Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and saying you don't believe in it. But as rightly pointed out by somebody, that Kejriwal recites Hanuman Chalisa. But on the other hand, Kejriwal says the genocide of Hindus in Kashmir files is a lie. Then he shared a cartoon in in 2020. Where, he said the cartoon of belligerent Lord Hanuman setting university, that is JNU campus, on fire. He also shared an image where a man with a jhadu was beating swastik symbol. And that was in 2019 before the elections. He also was opposed to Ram Mandir, but when the Ram Mandir started being constructed, he was the one to run to that place. So that hypocrisy and the mask that these people have is only political in nature and has to be criticized, and they have to be exposed.
Shravan.
Dr. Raman.
Yeah.
Okay, let Dr. Raman respond.
Yeah. See, there are 2-3 points here, and those points are sort of been elucidated by a few, in the sense that Mr. Gautam did not participate as an official representative. This was not an AAP function for him to, for the Delhi government or Mr. Arvind Kejriwal to have to give answers to it. So that's one part of it. The second part, where I agree with what Mr. Nigam says, is Buddhism has shares many of the philosophies that are associated with Sanatana Dharma, which we now call as Hinduism. Now, the point is, over a period of time, every religion has undergone some level of distortion. And today, what you see in the tape of having to denigrate another faith, I'm sure is certainly not an integral part of Buddhism. Today, sadly, a religion which is based on non-violence has led to some of the most horrendous violent purges against minorities in so many countries, whether you take it as Sri Lanka or Myanmar or many other Southeast Asian countries where Buddhism has sadly been distorted. So that is not the fault of the religion. That is the fault of those who actually distorted it for their political purposes. So I think that here what we saw in that sense is not something where you could blame a faith or blame a religion. You have to certainly take into task the people who have actually made these derogatory remarks. I am fairly sure that there is a very strong case for hauling them up under the charges that have been filed, and I hope that the police would do their job and not back off under any circumstances for whatever political pressures that they may could emerge over a period of time.
In fact, there are several questions that needs to be asked about the role of the Delhi police also in terms of giving those permissions. But Binay, a quick answer from you, and then I would also bring in Dr. Trivedi to perhaps end the debate. Now, as far as the presence of the Aam Aadmi Party leader is concerned, Sumansi Raman is essentially suggesting that he was on a personal capacity. The Aam Aadmi Party is not basically responsible for it. But there appears to be a problem here. At the end of the day, let's not forget he is an influential leader. His presence in itself would send across some sort of a message. The fact that the party is today basically distancing itself but not really taking any action, no official statement really coming out from them, is a cause of concern.
The Aam Aadmi Party must come forward with the official statement and, clear the air that, okay, that was his personal opinion about Hindu religion. And so we distance from himself, and they must sack him also, because it's a very serious thing what he has said. And one more thing, Savan, when it comes to Kejriwal's party, his party has a history. And history that they openly supported Khalistan referendum, many of his leaders. His leader Sanjay Singh was in connect with PFI leaders. His leaders, they were involved in, CA violence and Delhi riots. So they respected Hindu symbols, Hindu goddesses on various occasions. They mocked the genocide of Kashmiri Pandits. And suddenly you try to become a super Hindu when it comes to politics or due to your political compulsions. So the main point is, Savan, why I say this is a matter of national security, because by targeting, a religion, you try to create a divide between Hinduism and Buddhism, Hinduism versus Buddhism. So by this you are trying to further a fault line. You are trying to create a fault line. So this fault line theory is very visible here, and that's why I say that such kind of instances, you cannot ignore it. It is just not political. It's a serious matter of national security. It's a serious matter of national security, Savan.
Dr. Trivedi, it seems that Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal was primarily very upset. These are sources basically indicating, no official statement really coming in, also because from where you're broadcasting live from, your city in Ahmedabad, where Arvind Kejriwal has his eyes on, he seems to be extremely worried right now. But if he's actually, then why not take some action and send across a message that, look here, we do not believe deriding any particular religion. I'm not saying just one religion, the religion that has been named in the conversion, during the conversion mass, but I'm saying that any religion for that matter.
But I mean, by just chanting Hare Krishna or by singing Hanuman Chalisa, if he is proving that he is a supporter of Hinduism and he is also supporter of all religion, then why? This is created. Why Arvind Kejriwal's name is being connected with such particular incidents? That is the thing that if
because
the BJP government is the ruling party. BJP government is there, and they should do like triple talaq.
Come on, Dr. Trivedi, come on. I thought you give me a serious answer. You cannot give me a serious answer. You perhaps cannot say why should Arvind Kejriwal not respond. No, one second. I never said that anyone has a problem. If someone is choosing willingly to practice a particular faith, no one has a problem.
He's a very good politician. He's a very good.
Don't hide it.
When it comes to BJP, you are asking demanding resignation.
Let me take that to Professor D.K. Giri. Professor D.K. Giri, why don't you respond? Simply washing your hands away is not good enough. Professor D.K. Giri, I'm asking this question. No, I'm okay when Suman C. Raman says that, Suman C. Raman basically raises this point that action should be taken when it comes to that very part where divisive comments are basically being made. Professor D.K. Giri, you seem to be, whitewashing even that.
Yes. No, I didn't say that. They should change it. This is the Diksha. This Diksha was given by Ambedkar. They are following that tradition. But in the present context, they should change it. That's what I said. They should not use that. And secondly, I want to make another point. The BJP problem is, they want to monopolize the leadership of Hindus. They don't want to concede it to anybody. And Kejriwal is challenging that also. And today's debate and today's action by BJP is going against them. If you hear Desratham Nigam, then Hinduism and Buddhism, there is no conflict. And in fact, in the constitution also, Buddhism is constituted Hindus. Article 25, clause 2 and subclause B.
Okay, Professor D.K. I just want to
why did BJP racking up? They don't even read the constitution.
Okay,
they should listen to Desratham Nigam. He's a lawyer.
Since
the
you make
constitution combines the two. You are driving a wedge between the two. You lose your Buddhist vote and Hindu vote also. Hindus have a lot of sympathy for Buddhism.
10 seconds?
Okay,
so BJP is making a wrong target and they are taking a wrong political line.
See, the silence of Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi
a quick response coming in from Richa.
Yes, the silence of Aam Aadmi Party leaders and Arvind Kejriwal to harness political gains is pretty much evident. And I must tell all the viewers through this channel that this is not the first time Rajendra Pal Gautam has done this. This is not an accident. This is by strategy. There are other videos also where he's been doing the same, only this one has got the limelight. Second thing which I want to say, a very short point, that this is the same agency, the same gang which says and which supported Bharat Tere Tukde Tukde Honge Hazar. They tried many things and this is their new method to break the harmony of Hindus and to create fault lines, as somebody rightly said. So that is the reason they are quiet right now. They are seeing how much damage they can do and break the harmony and brotherhood amongst the various Hindus and sects. Which I think that Aam Aadmi Party should take a stand now, because this is not the way they can do politics in India. So first of all, unconstitutional, and second, that they are trying to break the harmony of the country.
Well, thank you very much, Richa Pandey, Binay Singh, Deshratan Nigam, Dr. Trivedi, Dr. Suman C. Raman and Professor D.K. Giri for joining us on The Burning Question.
And here's a look at what else is making news this morning. Thousands of youths chanted slogans as they lined up to join the Indian Army as part of its Agnipath scheme launched in June this year. One of the youngsters who gathered there to participate in the Agnipath recruitment rally said that he would be extremely proud even if he could serve in the army. For a second.
देश की रक्षा करना चाहता हूँ। जितने भी हमारे युवा बैठे हैं सब ये देश की रक्षा करना चाहते हैं और मैं मोदी साहब का बड़ा आभारी हूँ जो उन्होंने 8वीं कक्षा का भी मौका दिया और 10वीं का भी और 12वीं का भी।
Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has ordered a statewide campaign for pothole-free roads by the 15th of November. Yogi Adityanath chaired a high-level meeting in view of facilitating ease of movement. In the meeting, the Chief Minister also reviewed preparations for the 81st session of the Indian Road Congress to be held in Lucknow from Saturday. A shocker from Madhya Pradesh's Vidisha district, where the principal of a government school was transferred on the charges of building a mazar platform inside the school premises. The principal has also stopped the singing of the national anthem, the situation sparked a dispute, leading to inspection by the NCPCR president.
Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Steady amid recession. Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
And here's a look at what else is making news this morning. Thousands of youths chanted slogans as they lined up to join the Indian Army as part of its Agnipath scheme launched in June this year. One of the youngsters who'd gathered there to participate in the Agnipath recruitment rally said that he would be extremely proud even if he could serve in the army. For a second.
देश की रक्षा करना चाहता हूँ। जितने भी हमारे युवा बैठे हैं सब ये देश की रक्षा करना चाहते हैं और मैं मोदी साहब का बड़ा आभारी हूँ जो उन्होंने 8वीं कक्षा का भी मौका दिया और 10वीं का भी और 12वीं का भी।
Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has ordered a statewide campaign for pothole-free roads by the 15th of November. Yogi Adityanath chaired a high-level meeting in view of facilitating ease of movement. In the meeting, the Chief Minister also reviewed preparations for the 81st session of the Indian Road Congress to be held in Lucknow from Saturday. A shocker from Madhya Pradesh's Vidisha district, where the principal of a government school was transferred on the charges of building a mazar platform inside the school premises. The principal has also stopped the singing of the national anthem. The situation sparked a dispute, leading to inspection by the NCPCR president.
Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
And here's a look at what else is making news this morning. Thousands of youths chanted slogans as they lined up to join the Indian Army as part of its Agnipath scheme launched in June this year. One of the youngsters who'd gathered there to participate in the Agnipath recruitment rally said that he would be extremely proud even if he could serve in the army. For a second.
देश की रक्षा करना चाहता हूँ। जितने भी हमारे युवा बैठे हैं सब ये देश की रक्षा करना चाहते हैं और मैं मोदी साहब का बड़ा आभारी हूँ जो उन्होंने 8वीं कक्षा का भी मौका दिया और 10वीं का भी और 12वीं का भी।
Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has ordered a statewide campaign for pothole-free roads by the 15th of November. Yogi Adityanath chaired a high-level meeting in view of facilitating ease of movement. In the meeting, the Chief Minister also reviewed preparations for the 81st session of the Indian Road Congress to be held in Lucknow from Saturday.
आम आदमी पार्टी लोगों का धर्म परिवर्तन करा रही है। पंजाब में, दिल्ली में ये सब लोगों को जानकारी थी किस तरह धर्म परिवर्तन के अड्डे खोल रखे हैं, लेकिन जनतक तौर पर सामने खड़े होकर मंच पे कभी कोई ऐसी बात कहेगा, इसकी किसी ने कल्पना नहीं की थी। वो भी जो भारत के संविधान की, बाबा साहब अंबेडकर जी के संविधान की कसम खाकर मंच से ये कहे कि मैं एक विशेष धर्म के गुरु राम जी को, कृष्ण जी को, ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश को भगवान नहीं मानूंगा। मैं
Steady amid recession. Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
And here's a look at what else is making news this morning. Thousands of youths chanted slogans as they lined up to join the Indian Army as part of its Agnipath scheme launched in June this year. One of the youngsters who'd gathered there to participate in the Agnipath recruitment rally said that he would be extremely proud even if he could serve in the army. For a second.
देश की रक्षा करना चाहता हूँ। जितने भी हमारे युवा बैठे हैं सब ये देश की रक्षा करना चाहते हैं और मैं मोदी साहब का बड़ा आभारी हूँ जो उन्होंने 8वीं कक्षा का भी मौका दिया और 10वीं का भी और 12वीं का भी।
Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has ordered a statewide campaign for pothole-free roads by the 15th of November. Yogi Adityanath chaired a high-level meeting in view of facilitating ease of movement. In the meeting, the Chief Minister also reviewed preparations for the 81st session of the Indian Road Congress to be held in Lucknow from Saturday. A shocker from Madhya Pradesh's Vidisha district, where the principal of a government school was transferred on the charges of building a mazar platform inside the school premises. The principal has also stopped the singing of the national anthem. The situation sparked a dispute, leading to inspection by the NCPCR president.
Time to once again action our destiny. Focus on mission superpower. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit. Steady amid recession. Steady amid inflation. Goal is global dominance. Witness the India growth story. Republic Media Network brings you India's biggest economic summit.
And here's a look at what else is making news this morning. Thousands of youths chanted slogans as they lined up to join the Indian Army as part of its Agnipath scheme launched in June this year. One of the youngsters who'd gathered there to participate in the Agnipath recruitment rally said that he would be extremely proud even if he could serve in the army. For a second.
देश की रक्षा करना चाहता हूँ।